News headline: Yoruba group calls for military action against Sunday Igboho. The Yoruba group, under the aegis of the Yoruba Appraiser Forum, have now called on the federal government to unleash agents of the nation's security forces against leaders of secessionist activities in the country, especially in the southwest. Recall that in the past few months, secessionist calls in the southwest have been spearheaded by Sunday Igboho, who has taken it upon himself to constantly make insensitive and divisive statements. At one point, Sunday Igboho had asked residents of a particular part of the country to leave the southwest. The YAF has now condemned Sunday Igboho's perceived treasonable activities. They urge the federal government to send in security operatives from the Nigerian Army, Police, and DSS to curtail the activities of the secessionists before they lead the country into a state of anarchy. The group also alleged that some of the Yoruba agitators were being brainwashed by Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. 2. Group threatens to name those sponsoring banditry and terrorism in Nigeria. The ISTAN with Buhari Group have now issued a strong statement threatening to expose those that are allegedly behind some of the recent attacks on terrorism and banditry currently being perpetrated in the country. The group, through its spokesman Ifeanyi Ededimma, warned the alleged sponsors of terrorism and banditry in the country to desist from doing so within a time frame of 1 month, or else they would be exposed by the group. They also attributed some of the recent attacks as being under a grand plan to sabotage the actions of the government to solve the challenges of insecurity currently plaguing the nation. The group further revealed that it has obtained some secret documents that could expose some of the alleged sponsors of terrorism and banditry in the country, and also revealed their contact addresses. They reiterated that the sponsors of the terrorism do so to score political points against the government. 3. Gunmen adopt unspecified numbers of Abia State University students. An unspecified number of students of Abia State University Uturu have reportedly been kidnapped by unknown gunmen while they were in a transit of the school on Wednesday evening. The gunmen reportedly attacked a minivan conveying the students from the commercial town of Okigwe in Imo State to the university campus in Uturu, Abia State, kidnapping the students and an unknown number of other passengers in the process. The incident occurred around 7 p.m. 5. The image is used for illustrative purposes alone. In its reactions, the Abia State government confirmed the incident but insisted that efforts were being made by the government to ensure a safe release of the adopted students, since reports of the kidnap surfaced online and there have been increased and tension in the university campus. 4. Peter Obi strong message to Buhari. Mr. Peter Obi, an ex-governor of Anambra State and a vice presidential aspirant in the 2019 general elections, has now sent a strong message to President Muhammadu Buhari concerning the increased rate at which Nigerians are being killed. The PDP chieftain urged the president to immediately make and take actions against those that are constantly killing Nigerians. Obi also talked about the corruption and the lack of proper facilities in the power and health sector. He decreed the apparent lopsided appointment strategy of the government, urging the president to find a balance in his appointments. Viewers, you've heard it all. You listen to the outlines. Each of the outlines have different bodies and meanings. Yes, Sunday Igboho is not a traitor, nor is he a betrayer. He has never betrayed anybody. All he's doing is to stand and protect his people from being harmed. Yes, that is it. Let's pick one headline and talk about and discuss it. The headline we'll be talking about right here is the second outline, which says group threatens to name those sponsoring banditry and terrorism in Nigeria. We always hear this. We have been hearing this over and over, that they will be exposing those sponsoring these people, but we have not really seen or heard any confession. You can imagine saying that some of the recent attacks has been under a grand plan to sabotage the actions of government to solve the challenges of insecurity currently going on in the country. You can imagine. This group says that it will it's going to review that we're going to review all those that are sponsoring this so-called Boko Haram, and yet he never mentioned names. You can imagine. The group never mentioned name. The group also reviewed that has obtained some secret document that could expose some of the alleged sponsors of this terrorism and banditry in the country, and also reviewed their contact addresses. You can imagine. He said that they reiterated that the sponsors of this terrorism should do so to score political points against the government. You can imagine. What does it got to do with this issue of insecurity in this country? Now they said another student have been kidnapped. Abia State student. You can imagine that they have been adopted. That's unspecified numbers. That specified number means that they don't even know more. They don't know the numbers of students that we adopted in Abia State University. Imagine, we are not done with the Kaduna State University that we are adopted, that are yet to be released. That